why is World War III inevitable? Now, this is the point that is, we are tumbling down to fast. It will still take years, but it is now inevitable. And world powers are preparing for this as a matter of course. Now you have to look at the practical problems that is facing the world. You have half the world now in poverty, and more of your middle class going towards poverty. You virtually have generations that is uneducated, that is unable to look after themselves, and you have generations exposed to poverty. And it escalates into violence more and more often, and it will happen more and more often, especially in the northern hemisphere. And because that will happen, there has been an inevitable point that is being driven, that all at a subconscious and unconscious level must accept that the world has got too many people and that they must be reduced, and that reduction must happen in whatever way possible. And this would be then the foundation for war. Now, fascinatingly enough, if you study war and revolutions over time, you'll notice that war are always based, in most cases, based on the point where the elite will pay for mercenaries. This will happen again, but this time the mercenary will be the poor. The poor will go to war for money to support their family, because they will have an income, and obviously it will be dressed up that you're doing it for your country and you're doing it for freedom and for free choice and for all of those things, but that is not really why you're doing it. That's why what you believe you're doing it for, but that is not how it really works. How it really works is that you have no say. You are deliberately manipulated into this, and inevitably you become a victim of your circumstance, and the circumstance has been created by the global mass, which is the people. There's only one solution we have for this. If we have to stop it, we need a sustained economic solution, one that is equal for everyone, and one that would actually be sustainable for the amount of time it will take to re-educate and redress the imbalances in society. And obviously it will require massive education and very good communication in terms of the direction and presentation of the solution. That is an equal money system within an equality system. I mean, ever since we started coming to the fore to indicate that World War III can now no longer be stopped, and that we are tumbling down to it, and yes, it will still take years, we were immediately banned on all our major channels on YouTube. At this stage still can't even get onto Google+. Yes, there is great fear that people may find out how this really works. And there is people that realized that this situation is now inevitable. Obviously, it is also pre-programmed. It means it was always like that. It's part of the Bible. It's part of many seers that have seen this coming, because it's an automatic outflow of polarity. It's not something that is that difficult to lay out. Obviously the how-to has slightly changed, because there has been many changes around money in society. Money is God, and God determines whether we go to war or not. And God is determined that we must go to war because God needs money, and there's not enough money, and war creates lots of money. So In the time ahead, where there is still a possibility of maybe we change it, we will push and to see what we can do in terms of creating or bringing awareness to an equal money system and an equality system in the world. But those of you that has been involved in what Destiny is doing for some years now is quite aware to the extent that the brainwashing now function, that it is extreme and violent and aggressive and nasty and hateful and revengeful. It is everything possible as a result of the greed of men. And remember, the desire for greed, the desire to be rich is also greed. The desire to be more is greed. While all of this can be given, instead everybody moves through a point of taking it and see it as the right that must exist. The freedom to take must exist. You don't understand. If you are free to take, you have to take it from someone. You will create war, and that is the way war is created, through the taking. And look, the banks take, the corporations take, everybody is taking, nobody is giving. We have a major problem in the world. Will solutions be found? We'll see. Join us at Destiny High Process and Equal Money.